Welcome back into the world of Unox, and guys, one more episode before the Giro d'Italia, but today we have some very exciting stage racing coming up. It's the final tune-up before the Giro, the Tour de Romandie. We have two time trials to tail end the race. We have a sprinters stage on stage 2, probably 4 as well, and GC days on stage 3 with the massive Thyon 2000 on stage 5. 19k at 8.5%, and it only gets steeper the higher you go up. That's crazy. Anyway, our team is based around Kasper Asgreen and Andreas Leknesson, with Blicher our sprinter. The only riders in our team heading to the Giro are Leknesson's and Anders Johannesson, so we're keeping a particularly close eye on those guys. But I don't think we're going to compete for this opening prologue because the likes of Ganna, Van Aert, Kung, the list goes on, they're all here. I would love to see Albert Philipsen develop further at some point, but of course we got that email saying his potential has reduced. One of the real stars in real life right now, we sign him and he's not developing. Classic, isn't it? Anyway, I've had a little look at the start list and the potential GC riders. Sivkov on screen, maybe one, but Shelmos, I think Giulio Pellizzari, Ilan van Wilder, maybe Tyrone Arensman as well. They are our big rivals here. And today for Leknesson really was all about just staying in touch, but a -1 day, not ideal. Anyway, here we go with Leknesson pushing it all the way to the line. That should be a decent time. 19 seconds down, and that's on Alex Sagart, who is, to be fair, a great time trialist. But surely not as great as this man, Wout van Aert. Only 6th place. Oh my word. But I reckon this man is the favourite for the GC. Matthias Schelmoser across the line, and he's first place. And unfortunately, not a great race day for Kasper Asgreen. Anyway, we have something to press all the way to the line. Let's see where he goes. 30th place. Our best rider, but nowhere near. Like Giulio Ciccone, Pellizzari needs to reduce his losses here. Can he maybe get top 20? No, he can't, but 25 seconds, that's not so bad. King Kung, Tour of Flanders winner in this save. Can he do better than Wout's? Only just by 1 second. And here we go. Can Pippo Ganna take the stage from Schelmoser despite the climbing today? No, he can't. 13th place. Matthias Schelmoser looks like the big favourite here to win this race. He wins by 5 seconds, a big margin in the end, and Leknesson 51st place. We have 30 seconds to make up. On to stage 2 then, and I think this is going to be a sprint despite the short climbs, but Johnny Milan and Olav Koy are the big favourites, especially Milan. 84 sprint on the man. I mean, that's almost 10 more than our sprinter, Erland Blicher. Oh damn, this day has been tough, and I don't think Erland Blicher is feeling quite strong enough to sprint. Still 18k to go. The tempo has been insane so far. Anyway, 10k to go. Our sprint train is set as Blicher trying to get to Asgreen's wheel. Hopefully he's got enough. If not, we'll try with Kasper Asgreen. Okay guys, data analyst Joe coming at you, and I've been crunching the numbers. 47% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you're not already, go down below and hit subscribe. I don't have a sponsor on my videos, so if no one's going to sponsor me, I thought I'd sponsor myself. Anyway, back to the video. Alright, Carl Frederick Bevor charging through the middle right now, up to 95. We're in a great position here. 3.5k to go. Johannesson now in the lead out train today is going to go up to 99 as Bevor can sit up Asgreen on his wheel. Let's go to 99. Blicher spending so much energy here in the wheels. I don't think it's going to be his day, but we're going to try into the final kilometre. Does he have anything to come off the wheel of Kasper Asgreen? What a lead out, but Blicher can't quite deliver the win. That goes to Johnny Milan. Blicher holds on for second place, well deserved as well. We almost stole something there. If Blicher was on a slightly better day, dare I say it, we could have had Johnny Milan. Anyway, 2 in a row for Lidl-Trek. Let's try and change that around on stage 3. And boy, do we have a fun one today. It's a medium mountain day, 157k. Shelmos, definitely the favourite for me, but Ciccone as well. What a duo they have for Lidl-Trek. Hopefully Leknesson gets a good day. Oh, we'll take this. A great day for the team. Leknesson gets a +1 as well. Anyway, I want to try and stack the breakaway to get some satellite riders up the road. Here we go then. It's absolute chaos on the first climb of the day. Asgreen and Anderson just trying to get to the front of the race, and the tempo is on in the peloton. Lidl-Trek don't want a massive breakaway, clearly. Damn, they're really going to chase down that breakaway. That is such a shame. Anyway, let's counter. Albert Philipsen, your time, I guess. So we do at least have one rider up the road. Frank Vandenbroek, Brent Van Meer and Albert Withen Philipsen, but Not sure how valuable it's going to be, to be honest. And as much as I would love to try some crazy tactics on these early climbs, it's just not going to happen with the team we have at this race. They're more focused on the flat. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Jan Kristen attacks at the foot of the penultimate climb today. Great move, interesting move by the youngster. Anyway, Kristen still clear over the top, but Lidl-Trek are pacing aggressively. I would try and bridge that with Askren, but I don't think it's worth it. And there you go, Kristen swept up, but still 3 minutes to Philipsen and the trio up front. Well, Brent Van Moer going to attack in this sprint and drop Frank van den Broek. Okay, interesting. Anyway, this is not going to be a very selective day, I can tell already, so maybe the likes of Askren can get to the line today. I'm gonna start protecting him. And there you can see Philipsen and Brent Van Moer, the final two riders left from the early breakaway, and look at the tempo as we enter the final climb. This is electrifying. Askren just trying to survive as well to barely is caught. Letnesund, an okay descender. Could we try something here? Anyway, Kasper Askren, one of the 42 riders still left here, and he has a kick today. 74 sprint. Pascal Ackermann survives the climbs as well. I've noticed Corbin Strong is here as well as Paul Manier somewhere for quick step. There he is. So this is far from a done deal, and we need to control the attacks. All right, 4.5k to go. This is it. Letnesund up to 92. We've got another attack this time. Simone Velasco, Astana firing attacks off the front. Letnesund up to 95. There goes Javier Romo as well. It's a rolling finish. Letnesund is leading out Askren, Stuyven, and Mads Pedersen is here too. Oh my word, we have all sorts of sprinters here. There goes, oh my word, Pedersen blocked by Velasco. Askren going for the line. He's blocked as well. And Mads Pedersen comes round. What a crazy finish, with multiple riders trying to knock Askren and Pedersen off their bikes. Let's watch this again then. Romo bridges and goes past Velasco. Then Pedersen's here. Askren on the wheel of Letnesund. Pedersen goes early. Askren tries to respond. Pedersen blocked by Velasco. Askren blocked by Romo. And Pedersen comes back to win. A crazy finish. And actually, Askren and Pedersen had a gap, which does mean, nope, Schellmoser still holds on to the lead. Anyway, our GC guy Letnesund up to 22nd place. We're slowly rising. Oh my word. I've just seen something. Tord Gudmestad set to be our sprinter for the Giro. And we have an email. He has fallen and he has fractured his thigh. And that's going to keep him out of the Giro. Another rider, the second, who was due to go to the Giro, gets an injury before the race. I don't believe it. I don't see how he can take the likes of Kristoff and Verenskjold. Their whole season is based around the Tour. Jan Fredheim does have a sprint, not really enough to win a Giro stage though. So it's going to have to be Erland Blikra, riding the Tour de Romandie right now. You are our sprinter at the Giro d'Italia. And he was already trying to peak for Romandie, but here we go. He's going to have to now try and make a last minute peak for the Giro d'Italia. And I'm going to give Gudmestad the Vuelta later this season instead of the Giro. He deserves a Grand Tour. And Blikra, it's your chance to show us you are Giro d'Italia ready. Stage 4 of the Tour de Romandie against Milan and Olav Koy. Some climbing as well. He needs to perform today. And the tempo is on right now. The peloton is stretched out. Guys getting drops all the time. And Blikra is holding on for now. Here we go then. Final section of climbing. Final 15k. Blikra needs to try and survive. He's not looking great right now, I have to say. And now we have an acceleration on the front. He could be in trouble here. And I fear for Erland Blikra. I think he could get dropped over this final climb. It's going to be close. There he goes. There he goes. 7k to go. Blikra is gone. Blikra is gone. We need to sit up. Get in the wheel of Ida Anderson. To be fair, only 40 riders at the front of the race. It's a very selective day. So Letnesund goes to the wheel of Schellmoser. Askren apparently is our leader into the final 2k, but we are nowhere. We're absolutely nowhere in this finale. Let's sprint. Just try and stay to the front with our guys at this point. And again, Lidl-Trek win a stage at the Tour de Romandie. It's unstoppable right now. I hope for more for Blikra today. I hoped he would survive for that sprint, but he's not the most versatile rider for sure. Now we know in the Giro we can only really rely on him on the really flat stages. Letnesund into 20th, and the big stage is coming up next. Here it is then, the big one. Thyon 2000, 150k and a massive final climb. Ciccone and Schellmoser, the favourites for Lidl-Trek, who are dominating this race. We just have to hope Letnesund is on a good day. Ho ho ho, and boy do we get it. A +3 for Andreas Letnesund. That is exactly what we hope for today. Anyway, I would like a rider as a satellite rider. Askren or Anderson, try and get up the roads. I tell you what, Lidl-Trek are in domination mode. They are on the front. They've got Johnny Milan, 78 flat on the front. He is trying to control this breakaway of only 8 riders now. Askren is here. Let's see if it survives though, I guess. Unbelievable. They're literally pacing us down. Dan Holer on the front now. Well, there you go. Askren caught along with the rest of the breakaway and they continue pacing on the front. This is crazy tactics. Well, let's try and counter then. Ida Anderson, your time to get up the roads. So, Lidl-Trek have finally eased off on the front. Anders Johannesson currently trying to bridge to the front of the race. Vandenbroek is dropped. Ida Anderson is there for us in a group of 6 riders, but he is struggling for energy as well. I just want a satellite rider. Oh, big crash in the descent here. Let's see if any big riders go down in terms of the GC. Letterson is in the front split of only 28 riders here. Askren behind. This stage has been pure chaos. I can't get over this stage so far, guys. We still have 76k to go as well. Anyway, Johannesson still at the front. Ida Anderson crucially managed to survive those couple of climbs earlier on to help out with the pacing. Javier Romo, probably the strongest rider in this group, but only 2.5 minutes back to the peloton again. Lidl-Trek controlling things very aggressively. Ah, damn it. Albert Philipsen crashes from the peloton. He was supporting Letnerson. Let's try and get back in, but that's another helper, I think, potentially gone. Askren, you're going to have to protect now. And we hit the foot of the Suen climb, which is 8% at 12k. It's super steep the entire way up pretty much before flattening off towards the line. We're going to have to go up to 85 here just to stay in the peloton. Johannesson looking pretty good, but Anderson is now done. Let's crawl up at maybe 30. In fact, no, he can just wait for Letnerson's. And I hope the work of Anderson is going to help Johannesson be the strongest in that breakaway. Anyway, Anderson, you protect Letnerson for now. And Visma have come to the front here, so Kian Urchbrooks must be on a good day. This race has been a bit of a snoozer so far, but this stage is really lighting things up, isn't it? Anyway, breakaway caught. Johannesson can now sit in and try to support Letnerson. 50 riders left. Still 5k to go on the penultimate climb. Pascal Ackman climbing out of his skin. He's just been dropped with 40 riders left in this group. And so many riders are going out the back now, including Kasper Askren. Over the top then of the Suen climb we go with 30 riders remaining in the peloton. This is an epic stage. No way, I don't believe it. One rider crashes from the peloton and it's Anders Johannesson. Okay, attack. Try and get back to the peloton. Letnerson is now alone. Here it is, 19k to go. The Thyon 2000 begins. It is D-Day here at the Tour de Romandie. And my strategy for this climb is, because it gets steeper the longer you go up, basically the first 5k or so is the shallowest. We're just going to stay sat in for as long as we can. Maybe we'll follow attacks, but I'm not sure we'll be feeling good enough. Here we go. The pacing stops and Jan Christen is the man to attack for UAE Team Emirates. I'm not going to pace on the front. Schelmoser, this is your jersey to defend. You are in the virtual lead of the race. Pellizzari comes to the front, but it's Van Wilder, Tiberi and Jan Christen. There goes Pellizzari trying to bridge to Christen, Van Wilder and Tiberi. Schelmoser, not very active so far. Oh, this is getting so difficult. Look at these gradients and Letnerson is struggling with this rhythm now. We don't have much yellow left. There is 4.5k to go. Letnerson is still in the GC group led by Antonio Tiberi. He is pacing at his own rhythm. 11 riders here, guys, but we are cooked. And that acceleration by Giulio Pellizzari is going to put Andreas Letnerson out the back for the day. Tiberi is done. That is a surprise to me. And now we have the best rising to the top. It's Schelmoser versus Pellizzari. And Pellizzari riding Matthias Schelmoser off his wheel. Of course, with the time trial remaining though, he needs to gain some time. Giulio Pellizzari on 26 seconds to Matthias Schelmoser is going to win on the Thyon 2000. And I think just about going to the lead of the race. Jan Christen and Sivakov third and fourth for UAE, and Andreas Letnerson with a great ride to just finish outside the top 10. Boy, what a stage. And you very rarely see this on PCM, but the Group SO are only just, I think, going to make it across the time cut, and yes, within about a minute. Giulio Pellizzari goes into the lead of the Tour de Romandie by 3 seconds in the end. By the way, guys, 3 minutes to Letnerson, we were in 11th place. That was one of the most selective days I can remember on PCM. And I'm not sure there's much more we could have done, to be fair. Even on the +3 day, that was everything Letnerson had today. But we're unable to get a top 10 for now. Remember, The time trial is to come, but Van Wilder and Arensman very strong time trialists. But we do have 59 seconds to Einar Rubio, who is a very poor time trialist. So maybe if he has a bad day, we can get that top 10. So Ganna and Van Aert will be challenging for this stage, but Schelmoser will surely go into the lead of the GC. Our race is with Einar Rubio. Well, we had the luck in yesterday's stage, didn't we? But today, Andreas Letnesson with a -3 day. Oh my word, it's an absolute stinker. Mission top 10 is officially over. Nonetheless, we're going to try and set a good first time check here. 61st place. Boy, oh boy. That's only 3 seconds better than Einar Rubio, who we need to gain a minute on. It's not happening. What is happening is Ilan Van Wilder is going to pass us on the road. This is an absolute stinker, guys. Well, let's see where we finish with Andreas Letnesson. Across the line, it is 1 minute 44 down, which means Einar Rubio needs to be 2 minutes 44 for us to move into the top 10, and no surprise, it hasn't happened. And Schelmoser needs 4 seconds on Giulio Pellizzari to win this race. And here is Pellizzari, 63 time trial. And yep, across the line, he's not going to do it. Well, at least the Lidl-Trek domination ended in the last couple of stages. Wout van Aert winning this one, Pellizzari winning yesterday, but Schelmoser, no surprise, wins the Tour de Romandie. But for us, it's a pretty anonymous race, you have to say. Failing to get a top 10 in the GC, which to me says in the Giro, we really are hunting stages. I can't see a world where we're really competing for a podium or even a top 5 in the GC. Don't tell Jorgen Nordhagen though. And we do have one more race today, but first, it's that time of year, guys, 1st of May, which to us means dossier season. A host of riders renewing their contracts this season. You can see on screen the best of them who are up for renewal. Most of the top riders not really interested in us. We have 5 riders up for renewal, including Alex Kristoff, so we want to keep him, now 37 years old. Also, Henrik Pedersen available from our dev team, very interested in him. And I've taken a look at the Norwegians available for transfer. Guys, there's not many. Only 4 of our riders plus Torsten Train. I can't believe that. Of course, Train our former rider as well. But when we go to Denmark, this is where it gets exciting because Mads Pedersen is up for renewal. 29 years old now, but an absolute star. He could be the key to us winning one of the cobbled monuments. Tobias Lund Andresen as well, a very good sprinter, 22 years old. He could be a great addition too. And their interest is very low, so we need to start dossiers early with both of them. So you know what? Mads Pedersen and Tobias Lund Andresen, I want you guys on Unox. I've also added Kristoff, Jan Fredheim and Henrik Pedersen to make up our first set of dossiers, but already I'm thinking about Mads Pedersen in Unox colours and I'm liking what I see a lot. Anyway, if you guys have any thoughts on transfers, I've shown you the riders we have available, strictly speaking, for Norway and Denmark. Let me know in the comments if there's anyone you want us to sign. And before you ask, no, Jonas Vingegaard, his contract ends in 2028. Anyway, with dossiers confirmed, it's time for our final race ahead of the Giro. And of course, that is Eschborn-Frankfurt, where Alex Kristoff will get the chance to lead us now. Turning into a bit of a lead-out man for us, but he will lead us today. I'm sure it's really a sprinter's classic, I think. Where the likes of Binny Girmay, Thibaut Nice, Michael Matthews will surely shine. But looking at this, I would say Binny and Thibaut Nice are definitely the 2 big favourites. But for Kristoff, let's try and roll back the ears and win this one. Alright, 45k to go. We are starting to see some attacks from the peloton. Adria and Turgi, the 2 danger men, I would say, of those attackers, we're working solely for Kristoff, which means we're staying in the peloton today. Alright, 17k to go. The pace is on. We're seeing splits now in the peloton. Lidl-Trek getting dropped with Thibaut Nice. Okay, some big riders getting left behind. We need to stay up the front, which we're doing for now. UAE Team Emirates have been caught out as well. That is a very rare sight. Anyway, we are in absolute control right now of the peloton. Hugo Page trying to attack 40 riders now in this group as we see another split form. Adney Holter is done. Jan Kristen, who's just podiums Romandie, on the attack here. We have Mark Donovan here too. Leonard Kemner trying to attack. Here's Binny. Here's Matthews. Where is Thibaut Nice? He's a bit further back. But let's focus on ourselves as we now have only 25 riders at the front of the race. Kristoff looking okay. Don't want to accelerate here as Girmay decides not to wait for the sprints. Oh my word, what a decision by Binny Gamay. Abrahamsen now doing a big turn to try and pull Kristoff back to Gamay and Corbin Strong, as well as Michael Matthews into the final kilometre. Kristoff versus Bardet, and that is an easy win all day long. Alex Kristoff wins Eschborn-Frankfurt. Well, we controlled things and we seem to be the only team with a sprinter to be looking for a sprint. I mean, Binny Gamay could have just sat on Kristoff's wheel and surely had us on the line, but instead it was Romain Bardet with 67 sprint we were up against. Anyway guys, make that the 5th victory for Alex Kristoff at Eschborn-Frankfurt. 14, 16, 17, 18 and 7 years since his last win, 2025. And with our 30 victories before a Grand Tour begins, we are having a fine 2025. But in the next one, it's Giro d'Italia time. So grazie a tutti for watching today's video. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys at the Giro.